Alrighty, guys, welcome to opening day 2023 in Major League Baseball. My name is Brock Page, and I've been dishing out free sports picks right here on YouTube since 2016. So sell my personal sports bets on pt.1.com/BrockPage. And if you want to see which one of these games here today that I'm actually betting on personally, you may want to think about signing up for my Major League Baseball tier package on my website. If you sign up for that membership here today, you're going to get access to that package for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus here, guys, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame. Absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. I currently have over, 580 members. Wow, we're really hammering it. You could tell it's the first day of baseball season. We're really not going through this promo very well. But anyway, what do I have? Over 580 members who are signed up and active on my site right now. And of course, you may be wondering what kind of drugs I'm on right now. Also, you may be wondering, what's the difference between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website? Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. And what I do on patreon.com/BrockPage is I actually share with you which one of these free plays on these videos that I'm actually betting on personally. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to start off with the Braves at the Nationals, 105 Eastern first pitch. Atlanta's minus 245, total 7.5. Max Fried for Atlanta, Patrick Corbin for Washington. And somehow Corbin's earned the opening day start after a 6-19 season last year. As a matter of fact, Corbin's just 17-42 since the 2019 season. Now, Corbin's also coming off a career-high ERA of 6.31. I'm assuming this is a Washington team who just said, hey, we're rebuilding, and we're just going to throw out, a loyal guy. We got no chance of winning, so he earned it. But anyway, he's facing an Atlanta lineup here today who loves to pound the baseball. Austin Riley had 38 homers and 93 ribbies in the regular season last year. Meanwhile, Matt Olson hit 34 bombs and drove in over 100. And even if the bats go cold here today, literally, Atlanta should be in good hands with Max Fried on the bump. Max was 14-7 in his All-Star season last year. And through 30 regular season starts, Fried struck out 170 batters. He has a whip of just 1.01. Now, weather-wise, it's going to be cold and blustery in the nation's capital, about 42 degrees and breezy by first pitch. Give me Atlanta minus 1.5, under 7.5 runs. Next game, Giants-Yankees, 105 Eastern first pitch in the Bronx. New York's minus 185, total 6.5. Garrett Cole for New York, Logan Webb for San Francisco. Now, Webb's coming off a 15-win season last year in San Francisco. He's really performed well since the COVID year. Webb's 26-12 in his last two seasons. And he has a sub-3 ERA in 2022. Now, did I say he has? He had a sub-3 ERA in 2022. Now he's facing a Yankee club who, I'll tell you what, they struck out an awful lot last year. And even in spring training, guys like Giancarlo Stanton, he struck out 14 times in just 45 ABs. And also hit only 222. Now, injury-wise, Carlos Rodon and Harrison Bader, they are still out for the Yanks. And weather-wise, going to be a chilly one, 40 degrees and windy at game time in the Bronx. Give me the Giants plus 1.5, under 6.5 runs. Next game, Bo Sox, 2:10 p.m. East. Boston's minus $1.25, totals 8.5. Corey Kluber for Boston, Kyle Gibson for Baltimore. Now, Gibson had double-digit wins last year in a World Series run with the Phillies. When it comes to offensive production, Austin Hayes hit .333 in spring training with an OPS of 1.073. Now, weather-wise, 39 degrees at Fenway and 20-mile-an-hour winds by game time. Give me Baltimore plus 105, under 8.5. Next game, Brewers-Cubs, 2:20 p.m. East. Milwaukee's minus 140, total 7. Corbin Burns for Milwaukee, Marcus Stroman for Chicago. And even though Stroh was solid in spring training, He had a losing record with the Cubbies last year due to a lack of offensive production. As good as Trey Mancini was in spring training, he was a second on the roster in strikeouts at the dish. Now, Chicago is going to have to face a strikeout machine in Corbin Burnes. Burnes fanned 243 batters in the regular season last year, which was a career high. And no real surprise, Burnes finished the year with a .96 whip. Now, when it comes to offensive production, Wilson Contreras had a bunch of ribbies in spring training. Luke Voigt hit .310 in 16 games in the preseason as well. When it comes to the weather, cloudy, breezy, and 46 degrees by game time in the Windy City. Give me Milwaukee -140, under 7. And with that, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for part 1. It's going to be in the Tigers-Rays game, 3:10 p.m. East. Tampa Bay is -240, total 6.5. Shane McClanahan for Tampa Bay, Eduardo Rodriguez for Detroit. Now, Edrod had an ERA in the 4s last year with a 1.33 whip. Meanwhile, at the plate, the Tigers were arguably the worst hitting lineup in baseball last year. They're facing Shane O'Mac here today, who was actually just 6 strikeouts shy of 200 last year. He also finished the regular season with a stingy .92 whip. And of course, offensively, Brandon Lau, he had a good spring training. He actually hit .306 with a .906 OPS. Of course, Randy Arozarena, he had a spring training OPS of .997. Now, injury-wise, Wander Franco has been upgraded to probable. He was battling a quad injury in the preseason. Give me Tampa Bay -1.5, over 6.5 runs. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. Give me the Atlanta Braves -1.5, under 7.5 runs. San Francisco +1.5, under 6.5. And if you want to see which one of my free plays on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, a good way to do that is to sign up for my Major League Baseball package on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. Give me the Orioles +105, under 8.5. Milwaukee Brewers -140, under 7. With my next and final pick for the video, give me Tampa Bay -1.5, over 6.5 runs. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my website. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Great to be back for another Major League Baseball season. Opening day, always one of the really good days in sports. But anyway, guys, happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.